Guys, you know what time it is, bitches. It's pump it up time. All right, so this is just kind of like an update video where I am just kind of like a self marker because I've been doing a bulk for a while. A lot of changes have happened in my life since I was making videos before. One, I'm 53 now, so I am enhanced. Um, we'll just leave that at that right now, and later on, I'll probably make a video answering any questions about, as you get older, switching over and what it was like. Um, but I'm eating, I haven't even been tracking my macros because I'm really on a bulk. I'm probably, right now, I'm heavier than really any time that I've made a video and like broadcasted it right away. Because when I first started this channel, I made my transformation thing where I filmed basically for like 8 months straight and never uploaded anything until I hit my goal, right? So even when I bulked before, I was so active at work and stuff that I couldn't bulk. And then when the pandemic happened, I did slow down a lot. I actually was going to the gym kind of a lot at first, wearing the old mascaroo and shit, and they were like, "Un comandante, you wear masque," and being real dicks to everybody. And there was an issue at my gym. Like, we were doing cardio one time, my son pulled down his mask and they came running up to him like fucking Gestapos. They're like, "Put your mask back up. Keep it over your nose." And we were like, the world's fucking coming to an end, basically, right? And then I'm doing, at that time, I was actually really lean. So I was doing an hour a day of cardio. Like when I get into my cutting phase, I'll start going crazy on the cardio, right? And then when I'm doing an hour a day of cardio and I'm cutting down, a lot of times I'll do one muscle a day so I don't over hit myself. It seems to work pretty good with a lot less weight, right? So I was doing pretty good and stuff, and then something happened in the gym where, and I liked everybody at my gym, right? And I got along with everybody, and I worked out with a couple police officers, and we kind of like hung out a little bit, right? So I come into the gym. No, I was at the grocery store, and someone come up to me and he goes, "Hey, dude, uh, you hang out with that cop, right?" And I go, "Well, what do you mean?" And they go, "Did you see the cops at Planet Fitness?" And I go, "Oh, you mean the one I train with?" He's like, "Well, yeah, but he wasn't there for training." And I go, "What are you talking about?" And he goes, "They called the police on a guy for pulling his mask down." So I was like, "Are you fucking serious right now? Where do I live? What country is this, right?" I don't care about monetization or like, YouTube coming down on me because I don't make money off this, right? I'm just going to tell you how it is. And I was like, I'm done. I'm fucking done. So what I decided to do is I was done going in there. Um, I didn't want to be around people. I didn't want to have to do the whole too much mask thing. Now, here's the guy, just so you know, I got immunized for work, right? Probably the stupidest thing I ever did, but I had to travel. At that time, remember, I was traveling all over the US. And I think I went to Boston. And to fly, you had to have an immunization card. And so for work, they say, it's funny how they could say now nobody was forced, right? but you just lose your job and you don't work if you didn't get immunized. So you weren't forced. You could have just chose not to have a living, right? So yeah, I feel like it was forced. It was totally forced. So I got immunized, flew to Boston, wore my mask, was a good little dumbass sheep, right? Stopped training because I couldn't stand being in the gym doing an hour of cardio with a mask on and then trying to weight train one muscle a day. And I just started targeting on just dieting, right? And it went really well for a while. So I stopped working out, stopped doing cardio once in like once every 3 months. And so this is, this is going on for a while. I might have picked up my dumbbells, right? And that's it. And because I had been training for so long, I didn't lose a lot of muscle right away. It was so gradual, I didn't even notice. I just got lean and I looked better for a while. Now, time goes on and I start looking underneath my arm here and it's not tight, right? And I'm like, whoa, that's never happened before. I measure my arms and I'm like, oh shit, I'm not big anymore. I'm like 212 pounds, but I'm not big, right? Like, not like what I'm used to. So, inside, now time has passed, right? Everybody's gotten over the pandemic. Everybody's like, no, they don't enforce masks anymore at the gym, blah, 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 right? So this is good because now it's been what, 3 years since that all went down? And I like I said, I went like this in the mirror and this underneath here wasn't tight, right? I was like, holy shit, I'm aging. I'm aging and I need to start working out, but I was working a lot. I didn't feel like working out. Plus, I still looked reasonably good for my age because I was lean, right? And I could control the way I looked to a certain extent by just dieting. Um, Long story short, my son off and on is still training, right? Now he's been in my videos. You've seen him when he was 13 years old. And I think both of my kids were shorter than me when they were in the videos like years ago. They're both taller than me now, though, right? Because he's 5'11, I'm 5'9. I was 5'10 in high school. I'm 5'9 now from all my aging and back problems and shit like that. Uh, but yeah, he's 5'11. My other son's like 6'2. So yeah, they're all bigger than me now, right? But yeah, so he's the youngest, is the only one that's still around. The others are off doing their thing in other states, right? So we basically talk online, is the way that works. Uh, we game, stuff like that. And hence, my other channel was a gaming channel, right? But yeah, so the gaming thing was doing that, talking to the kids. And my son, every few days or so, he'd be like, Dad, you need to go to the gym again, you know? And I was like, I know I need to go. So I'm feeling old. I need to get doing it, right? I don't want to give too much of this story away, how I became enhanced, because I promised certain people that I wouldn't talk about them, right? Without their consent. And I don't want to affect anyone's. So it's one thing for me to come out and talk about my situation. It's another thing for me to talk about other people's situations. So I don't do that. But to make a long story short, an individual that I knew had been tested for low T. And he was going through TRT. And the money that it costed was more than just buying street steroids. By the time everything was said and done, it was a lot more, right? And I was like, I had been, okay, let's get this story all, a lot of stuff happening. So my son's bugging me to go to the gym. I start going to the gym. I'm working out for 3 months. And my buddy says, hey, bro, why don't you go to the doctors and get on TRT? And I was like, I don't really think I'm that low, honestly, because I seem to respond pretty good and I have really good sex drive, right? Which I probably shouldn't be talking about that because it pisses off my old lady, but I have a very high sex drive for my age. Pisses off everybody that I talk to, actually. So I worked out for like 3 months. My buddy's like, hey man, I'm thinking about just buying anabolic steroids and using them in low dose, exactly like what they're giving me right now at the doctor's, and then just going in for my checkup he has to go every month. I don't know what it is, but I was like, you know what? Uh, uh, where are you going to get them? And he's like, well, I have a friend, right? And I said, well, I have a couple friends. So I'm a construction manager around a lot of young guys that work out. So I've got a lot of friends, right? A lot of young guys that have connections. So basically, what happened was when this individual decided that instead of going for his monthly, what was it? Was it a week? Every week they wanted to give him a shot, or every 2 weeks, that he was going to buy um, the anabolics. We'll just call it anabolic. I'm not even going to say what type, right? Because this is just going to get too, but let's just say uh, anabolics, best way, enhancement, right? For his shot for his low T. So he's like, dude, he's like, if you go in with me and we buy them together, we can get a year's supply and it'll only be like $200 or something. So I listen, I don't want to hear it could be fake or it could be trash or whatever. It ended up being real, but yeah, so I do take a shot once a week, right? My first shot, my balls shrank up and I didn't want to go outside. But so I knew it was real, right? And he's also getting tested for blood pressure and cholesterol and all that stuff. So he knew it was real too, right? And he had to come clean with his doctor uh, about how he was doing the same thing. And uh, you know, she could not say, there's a kind of like a confidentially, to a certain extent between doctors, but she still is providing his tests and stuff, right? So, all right. So, anyways, so I got back into working out, was working out for 3 months, went on to a side tangent about TRT, back here at working out for 3 months, was making positive gains, but got talked into buying stuff and I started doing a shot every week. So I am bulking, right? And I am bulkier right now than probably any video I've done. I'm 242 or 243 today. I am physically not as muscular. Like, well, obviously you can see I'm not as muscular. I don't have as much muscle as what I had in my last videos, right? Because my arms were measuring at 19 and a quarter ish, 19, um, pretty lean. My arms right now are measuring at 18 and a half bulky, but that's what happens when you get older, right? I'm trying, to see if I can get any little edge with this stuff. But my calves shrank a little bit too, because my calves were measuring in, I think at the end they were like 17 and three quarters or 18 inches even. And Jesus, I don't even know what they measure in. I mean, it's hard to. The calves, though, they don't change when I lean up. All right, 17. Ouch. 17 inches, right? So I did lose size on my calves. I lost size on my arms from 3 years of not training, right? But not as bad as most guys probably, right? With atrophy. So yeah. So I'm hitting like over 200 grams of protein a day. I'm eating oatmeal is my main carb source right now. And I am eating protein powder steak. I just finished a ribeye right now. I'm not eating lean steak. I'm not eating lean. I'm bulking. I'm going to be bulking for a couple more months. I want to see if I can get that lousy inch back on my arms and my calves. If I can get that, and I'm telling you what, I got injuries coming. Like every injury I ever had came right back. I thought with not working out for 3 years and not going to the gym, I felt like no injuries, right? Other than I throw out my back once in a while, which is probably totally normal. Um, but as soon as I went back to the gym, I had every injury I ever had before I left the gym just came back like the next day. Like, oh, okay, we remember you. Here you are. So don't think that some things don't change, right? And that's not going to change. That's my shoulder still kills me. My tennis elbow, whatever bicep, whatever goes on in there, and it hurts and stings and aches. My joints, and that's before I started the androgynous shots that I was going to do, right? So and it didn't get any better by doing the shots. Nothing changed except for my balls shrunk and I didn't want to go outside for 2 days, right? That's all that changed. So I probably did not need it. And I probably, well, I know I'm going to be going off, right? So I take 1 cc a week, but I'm going to take some Clomid and some Novadex after I'm done bulking and just go off. And I know everybody's going to say, oh, well, that's not a cycle, right? You're supposed to go up. You're supposed to go to, dude, I know all that shit. You think I haven't been around bodybuilders my whole life? I've seen it all. I don't care. I just wanted to try it. I just wanted to see if it made a difference in the way I felt, right? Which it really didn't for me yet. But I also have tried peptides, and those I do feel have made a difference. Um, Peptides, I feel like makes a difference. Like I took uh, the one that gets your gray lean going and tries to get growth hormone kicked up a little bit, get a squeeze out your natural growth hormone from that peptide. I took that. I think I got one more shot left. I do feel a difference. Like feels like my teeth are tighter, right? It's just like my teeth are stronger. So at 53, you're gonna notice weird things like your teeth sometimes don't feel as strong, right? And then now I don't know if that's possible. It could be just my fucking brain telling me, yeah, something's going on, right? because there's the brain does a lot. So, but yeah, so that's my condition. It's basically like that. Lighting, I don't know, lighting good or bad. I guess it's kind of bad because I was doing green screen for my other broadcast. So it's kind of flushes me out instead of giving me good shadow. Because the idea with green screen is you take all the shadowing out. So this is probably the worst lighting for that, but it doesn't really matter because I'm 243. It's pretty big, right? And this is the weight I'm gonna stay. I'm not going heavier. I don't want to go lighter. I just want to stay 243 for the next couple months. See if I get a little more size, a little more adjustment, right? Then I'm going to be hardcore tracking my macros when I start cutting down. Oh, look at that. On MyFitnessPal. Uh, so right now, I just logged into MyFitnessPal and changed a lot of stuff because MyFitnessPal was seriously out of date. I don't know if you can hear my dog barking. My little pit bull's going crazy in the backyard. But no, I don't think it's coming over the mic. So, but yeah, if you hear a dog, that's mine. So, not sure if I had a dog before because I've had a couple dogs. One of them passed away over a year ago. And this is a newer dog, pit bull. So, all right, guys, that's my video. That's my update. Get out there and do something. No matter what anybody tells you, you decide what happens in your life. And that's really how it's going to work. You are the effect of who you want to be. You decide, right? I'm going to fight aging. I'd rather live with more quality than live longer and not have quality, right? So everybody makes their choices. Get out there and do something.